Hi guys, so we are back with another reading. This one is going to be just an energy check-in. So what are they thinking and feeling towards you right now? So think of your person. Hopefully one of the piles is already jumping out to you. Today we have donuts, so a little something sweet and dessert-like. So just if you're having trouble deciding, I always say envision yourself surrounded in a bubble of white light. Try to clear out all the stress, any things that may be kind of rattling around in your brain, and try to ground yourself and kind of calm yourself, and then hopefully one will come to mind. So I'm going to show you guys a close-up of each of the piles. So this one has like a pink, almost like peach colored icing. This one is chocolate with sprinkles. This one has a blue icing. Maybe it's like blue raspberry. That's the only dessert I can think of that is blue. And this one is yellow. So maybe it's like lemon. Yeah, so hopefully one is already sticking out to you guys. I'll be quiet now and let you guys tune in to the energy and decide. Okay, so hopefully you guys had time to decide. If not, feel free to rewind and pause and spend a few more seconds with each of the piles. But we're going to go ahead and jump into pile one. Hey, pile one. So if you guys picked this peach colored donut, this is going to be your reading. It looks really good. It looks like peach flavored or maybe some kind of berry. I don't know, but it looks really good. And also just to let you guys know, I mentioned this in my last reading, but I actually burned my hand a few days ago. I don't think it really shows up on camera, so not to worry. But if you see kind of like burns or weird marks on my hands, that's what it is. Just for anyone who's new, who's tuning in, hopefully it'll be gone by the next reading. So anyway, let's get into your cards. I pre-pulled for you guys, and you guys got the Magician reversed, the Ten of Cups reversed, the Lovers reversed, the Empress reversed, the Hierophant reversed, and finally one upright card, the Six of Pentacles. So this person is feeling very unempowered at the moment. I feel like they're feeling very defeated. They definitely imagined a future with you that would involve some kind of like marriage, family situation. So I don't know how serious this was. Maybe it was just a crush, but certainly in this person's mind, it was going to lead to something long-term. So I don't know if you guys were actually, in a long-term relationship and this is something you had discussed, or it was just something that was in this person's mind, where they were thinking about this and kind of keeping it to themselves. But they definitely thought about marriage, thought about like family, kids, long term. I mean, they feel like you are a soulmate, and so there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of just like what should have been, kind of energy that's coming through, like it was supposed to happen. I feel like this person spent a lot of time just thinking about what they could do. It's almost like a frantic energy I'm picking up on, where they are like trying to figure out, like, okay, I could call, I could text, okay, I could Facebook message, no, I should, okay, maybe if I go here and I'll run into them, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like in their brain, their brain is almost going a million miles an hour, trying to think of how do I fix this situation, or like thinking on this a lot. I feel like they are thinking on it all the time. So let me get into the other cards we pulled. I haven't seen them yet, so I'm excited to see what comes up. So we got be assertive and yes. Okay. So I feel like the yes is probably just a confirm of what I'm picking up on already. But I feel like the be assertive, that's what this person is trying to do. Like, I feel that energy strongly. It's funny because a lot of times when you get a ton of reversals, like the Lover reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, Hierophant reversed, and you know this person is feeling unempowered, Magician reversed, you'd expect to feel very defeated, very sad, very, down in the dumps. I don't feel that energy at all. I actually feel very energized. Assertive would be a good word for it. I feel like this person, it's kind of like they're down, but they're not out, like they are, you'll talk to someone who I'm thinking of someone who loses like a boxing match or something. I think that Bryce Hall, wasn't he in a boxing match recently? And then they interviewed him afterwards and he was like, well, the other guy did a great job and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm glad I got to play. And it's kind of like you would expect him to be defeated. You would expect him to be saying like, this sucks. I can't believe I lost. But he was just like, yeah, so anyway, I lost. And okay, so next time. And that's kind of like this person. Like, I feel like they are still planning on trying to reach out or make something happen with you. So it's maybe they're an optimistic person in general, or just, I don't know, like, maybe they're somewhat like not the most realistic person or something, but I feel like even though they know that things were supposed to go differently and they didn't, and there's like a sadness over that, they're very much moved into the phase of like, okay, what do I do next? They're not dwelling on that energy in like a sad, like Eeyore type of way, Eeyore from Winnie and the Pooh, who's like moping around. That's not what this person is doing. I feel like they are trying, I could see them like this energy. I could see them watching like self-help videos or watching YouTube videos about like how to text someone or how to get back your ex, or relationship gurus. Like, I could see them doing something like that because I feel like they very much want to try to reestablish things. So even though they're very much kind of aware that things ended, or I feel like they haven't accepted it, It's really interesting because, again, I feel like there's this disconnect in their mind where on one hand they're like, it's over, and then on the other hand they're like, and so next I'm going to try this, and it's like, wait, what? Like, you said it was over, but they're already, like I said, I think they're optimistic. So we also got obstacles and challenges, truth, and financial and material changes. That's interesting. So something I picked up on with that is I was wondering if money was a circumstance, or they're not feeling financially able to approach you in the way they would like that might be one of the factors holding them back. And I see that a lot in readings, especially I think with younger men who haven't established their careers, even young women too. It's like if you are living at home or you are not in a job that pays enough money for you to take someone out on a nice date, that can be a major obstacle to approaching them in the way you like. Most of us, when we really like someone, we want to take them out on a nice date. We want to show up, even if you are a female and not paying for the date. You probably want to go out and buy a nice dress or buy a nice pair of shoes or get your hair done or whatever, have your nails done or whatever you like to do. But, those things a lot of times take some money. And so a lot of times in these readings, the money comes up as a major factor. It's like we hate to see it. I'm a Pisces, so for me, I would love it if money wasn't even real, to go into delusional Pisces mode. It's like, geez, it sucks that can keep two lovers apart, but it really is a genuine financial constraint and a reason why people can't be together. And I feel like this person, they might be financially dependent on someone, maybe their parents, or maybe their boss, even it's a situation where, their boss is really being tight pursed and they have to kind of fight for every dollar they get paid, or their boss their boss would really penny pinch them or be like, I know I said I was going to pay you $200, but I didn't like the work, so I'm going to give you $150. I don't know, one of those situations where they're really feeling financially dependent and not financially free. I don't know, but I feel like for many of them, that might be an issue. But this person is just acknowledging that there are reasons why you guys aren't together. So I don't know exactly what those are, but they're just saying that, you know, it's not totally random. It's not like it's just, you know, well, I didn't feel like texting that person or kind of like happenstance. It's like there are real issues separating you guys. So let's get some more cards. We got the World. We got Woman Holding a Coin. The Thinking Woman. An Angel of Strength. So I feel like this person thinks of you a lot. For some of you guys, you might be asking about a woman or someone with a more, I don't know, feminine energy or something, but only take what resonates. If you're asking about a guy, you know, this is 100% still for you. I feel like this can resonate for different people in different ways, that I feel like this person thinks of you a lot. And there might be an aspect of them feeling like you have a lot more money than them. Or you just have your life figured out a lot more than them, and like there's a comparison factor at play where they are like, you know, I just don't have my stuff together in the same way as this person. I feel like when they come to you, they want to come correct, because it's like they do have a lot of respect for you. So they really don't want to be rolling up in like some beat up old car and taking you to like a Long John Silver's and, you know, eating out in the parking lot. Like they want to be able to take you to the nice restaurant and have the nice meal and kind of, you know, come correct, like be respectful and treat you like, you know, kind of like, yeah, treat you really well. And I feel like it's just not a possibility for them. Like I feel like what they're saying is like the reason you guys aren't together is not because of lack of interest on their part, but it's because of other like material concerns. So maybe money, maybe other circumstances, maybe there's job issues or financial issues, but I feel like it's like they just want you to know that it's not because of lack of interest on their part. I think they think about you a lot, and you are like someone that runs through their mind constantly, like all the time, I'm getting. So yeah, don't take it personally or be like, well, okay, maybe they weren't that into me. I really hate that there was that book a few, like however many years ago, 10 years or whatever, that was like, he's just not that into you, because it's just so stupid. I mean, sure, like if a guy has all his life figured out and his masculine energy is on point and he's not approaching you, then probably it's because he's not interested. But there are so many reasons why people get in their heads and don't approach someone or love someone from afar, or, you know, just like people are complicated. And that book was just, oh my God, it was so stupid. But a lot of people will tell you that if you're like, well, they haven't asked me out, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, then they don't care. And that's just so absurd. And I feel like this person just wants you to know that, like, maybe you guys doubt, like, well, were they ever that into me, or they must not have cared that much, but they really did. I mean, that's coming through really strongly. So other cards we got, the Nine of Cups. Wow. Yeah, this person really imagined a family with you. I mean, like, damn, they really, really, really wanted a family with you. I mean, I don't know if you're aware, maybe you guys don't even want kids, but that's what they wanted. They wanted like long-term future with you and the whole 9 yards. I feel like the white picket fence, the marriage, the commitment, you know, the kind of financial success, like building an empire together, and you know, like just everything, like making a home together. Like this was not a hit it and quit it situation, or like, oh, well, yeah, they're hot and I'd be down. I once found out from like like this guy who had a crush on me, and then he told someone else, like asked about me or whatever, and his response was like, I'd be down to hook up. And I was like, are you kidding? That is so, like, that is so not romantic. So now I'm not interested. But it's like, that's what I'm hearing in my mind. Like, sure, I'd be down to hook up. It's like, it's the opposite of that. This person is way more seeing you like than that, you know? They are not just down to hook up, which for any guy listening, that's not a romantic thing to say. They are definitely envisioning long-term, like future potential with you, like the whole thing of commitment and all of that. So if you guys are worried, like sometimes I feel like you do have to watch out for those people that are only interested in the sexual stuff or are only down to hook up. That line is so iconic in my mind of just like, why would you ever text me that? Like, it was from like a friend who knew both of us, but I mean, like, why would I be interested in that? Like, I mean, you're a dude. I would assume you're down to hook up. Like, come on. But anyway, I just feel like this person wants you to know that they really do want the whole thing, probably marriage, probably kids, probably making a home, a life, you know, everything. It is not them just looking for a hookup situation or just looking for some fun or Netflix and chill. They really, really, really are bringing up marriage multiple times as well as family, which is kind of a lot. I mean, usually even when someone has strong feelings, you don't see them fully thinking about like family, having kids, you know, but because I feel like that happens sometimes later in relationships or once you guys are like engaged. But this person really was thinking about all of that. And like I said, they brought it up a lot. So yeah, so their feelings were very deep for you. And this is definitely a situation where they intended for long-term potential. So we also got the 6 of Wands. And we got the King of Cups. So this person was definitely all up in their feelings when it comes to you. And I keep hearing In My Feelings, you know, by Drake, like this person really, really, really cared about you. I feel like, you know, I'm also hearing like You the One by, I guess, Brianna. But, or what's the song with Justin Bieber and DJ Khaled? I think it's like You're the One. So I guess they phrased it differently. But like this person, like I really feel like you're the one. Like I feel like this person really, I mean, they were all about you. They really had strong feelings for you. I actually feel like they probably can't even think about anyone else because their intentions for you are so solid. Like if they're thinking about anyone else, they'd be a very busy, like crazy person. If they'd, you know, have to be one of those like people that you find out had like 2 families or like a secret identity, because again, this person's intentions for you were so long term. Yeah, they had a lot of emotions when it comes to you and a lot of ideas about your guys' future, about what things would be in the long term, about they might have even imagined like what your kids look like. I'm kind of getting that. Like I feel like they just really imagined it all, you know. And so if you guys were thinking about well, you know, another thing that's coming up is they wanted things to be public. Like they're bringing up marriage again. So really, like I don't know if this person's just romantic or they are just a planner or what is going on, because this seems like so much more than a crush. Maybe some of you guys were talking about marriage or planning it, or this person is just the kind of person who kind of, you know, when you're younger and you like write your name with your crush's last name, or at least if you're a girl, you do that. I don't know if guys do the same with like maybe their crush's first name with their own last name, but like, you know, maybe if you had a crush on Justin Bieber, you would write like Sarah Bieber or something, you know, as an example. Like, I feel like this person just really, I mean, they brought up marriage so many times over and over and over and over. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean, I just have to reiterate that their intentions were very serious towards you. So other cards we got, Ghostlands, Spark, Cleaning House, Coming to Life. So I feel like for now, this person, you know, I feel like they are working on trying to fix themselves, on trying to get themselves into a better situation to be with you. I feel like they are very fixated on you, and they have the intention of coming back to you, and they have the intention They have a lot of energy. I mean, I really feel like almost like I took an energy shot or something, or like drank a Red Bull, chugged a Red Bull. I mean, they have a lot of energy when it comes to you. They are willing to overhaul their life. I respect that because they're not lazy. They're not just like, they got away, oh well. They're very much still committed to you and trying to fix things for you. So I feel like they just haven't found anyone else that they feel the same way about. You know, I feel in a way like they feel that spark with you, like that, you know, someone will say like, oh, well, I've been dating, but I just haven't felt that spark for anyone. And then you meet that person you feel that energy with, and it's like, and suddenly your life is like lit up, and you just, you know, you're so excited to go into like school or work or see them. Like, I feel like that's you. You have given them a lot more energy, a lot more reason to be excited about things. We got coming to life. I feel like that's what you've done for them, and maybe that's why they're envisioning such long-term situations. Because it's funny, you know, doing this pile pull, I actually was intending to pick the sexual tarot, and then I didn't feel the need to, and I kind of understand why now, because I just feel like this person, even though I'm sure they are very sexually attracted to you and that's coming through, but again, their intentions are just overall like relationship. You know what I mean? Like, they are so not in just that kind of sleazy sexual hookup energy. They are very much long-term and overall life. And I feel like their feelings for you are just much deeper than a hookup or than a like, yeah, they're hot or whatever. And so even though there's a sense of loss coming through and there's pain about the separation, I feel like they are very convinced that you guys are going to end up together. So it's kind of like they're just viewing it as a temporary blip. Like, okay, we're separated now, but we'll be back together. So they're not getting like down in the dumps about it because they're convinced that sooner or later you guys are going to end up together. So other cards we got are peace, regeneration, to the sea, and mending. So yeah, I think this person has every intention of getting you guys back together, putting you guys, you know, mending you guys, sewing you back together, like stitching it back up. They are trying to, I feel like they have learned lessons from you guys not being together, but I feel like a lot of those lessons, again, it's not like this person was super dysfunctional in like they were mean or nasty or they had to change all this stuff about their psychology. I feel like the stuff that's separating you guys is just very concrete, kind of like money or job or like location or maybe a family situation, but just very concrete reasons why you guys aren't together. Like, not, you know, just they weren't into it or emotions or something like that. It was much more based in reality, and they want you to know that. Like, it's not lack of intentions on their end. Their feelings are very strong and very clear towards you. They are not confused or in doubt or thinking of someone else or, you know, wishy-washy about you. They're not kind of waiting to see like, well, like they're okay, but I want to have a conversation. Maybe we're on the same page, maybe not. Maybe I'm more compatible with someone else. Like, they're very set on you. Their intentions are very strong towards you. But I feel like they're just kind of at peace. I feel like it's almost like they've decided you guys are going to be together. So they're not worried about like, oh, we're not together right now. You know, you'll hear someone who like accomplishes a lot or something, and people will be like, well, weren't you worried when, you know, you had $5 in your bank account and you were starting your business and whatever? And the person's like, no, I just knew it would succeed. I feel like that's what this person's mindset is right now with you. Like, they are just convinced that you guys are going to be together. So they're kind of pretty relaxed, you know, they're not freaking out. They're not super nervous or in their head about it. They are just very calm and steady and like decided, you know? So we also got, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. So I feel like this person is very much working on themselves, very much like trying to improve things and just have things end up better on their end so that they can, I think, come to you in the right way. I think that they really think a lot of you and that you deserve the best. So they are not wanting to come to you kind of halfway or, you know, come to you and not have everything figured out. They want to come to you with giving you everything that you deserve. So we got unrequited love, and it was reversed, and it said there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going very soon. Can we get more cards? What are pile one's feelings towards pile one? What are pile one's person's feelings towards pile one? So I feel like stay optimistic about your love life. That's such a good card for this person. I feel like unrequited love might be something this person wonders about with you, just because I feel that their feelings are so strong that I feel like they are very much in it. Like there's no doubt on their end of why you guys, like maybe, I don't know, maybe I don't really like how they look, or I don't know, they're kind of annoying. Like they are in it. They are all the way in it, you know? So when it comes to you, I feel their thought is made up, but there might be a little bit of doubt about how, I feel like what I'm sensing is there might have been a lack of communication between you guys for a while. I feel like they are unaware a little bit of where you stand. Like again, they're very much clear about how they feel about you. There's no doubt, there's no wavering, there's no just focused on sex or like, yeah, they're great, but this person's kind of cool too, and maybe I'll date around. No, they are decided. They're very decisive. They're very clear, and I don't even know what to say else about it, because it's like their feelings are very, most of the time, a lot of times in these readings, there's a lot of confusion or there's certain areas of doubt or unsureness, but that is not the case here. This person is just in it, and that's it. But I do feel when it comes to you that they do sometimes doubt or wonder if you're on the same page. I feel like a lot of that just is taking place because of the lack of communication. It's almost like that they haven't heard from you. And I also feel that this person is much more based in reality, like they have brought up very concrete things. So I don't think they are necessarily the type to sit around watching tarot videos or tuning into energy. I actually do think you guys have a psychic connection, but I don't think this person would know what it was. I feel like they would just think it was in their head. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there I go thinking about this person again. And they don't necessarily realize that a lot of times when you're thinking of a person, it's because they're thinking of you, or it's because you guys share a connection in that way. And so they're very much kind of just thinking it's on their end. You know what I mean? They're not sure of how you feel. I feel like they have an inkling that you return the feelings, but then they kind of get in their head about like, well, I'm just probably delusional, you know, or I haven't seen them in months or whatever. Like they, you know, so they kind of, even though they're very clear and optimistic, I do think sometimes there's a bit of doubt that creeps in, or feeling like you would reject them, or they're not quite sure how you're going to take it. But I do think that the positive thing about them is I don't think that's going to hold them back. I feel that this person is very stoic, and actually they're not like terrified of rejection, which is so positive, because so many people hold themselves back from things. Especially like a lot of men nowadays will hold themselves back from asking a girl out because they're just convinced that they're going to turn them down, and the risk of that is too scary. And this person doesn't have that problem. They're very much willing to kind of put themselves out there, take the L if necessary, because I feel like when they really want something, that's all they want. They're very decisive. They're probably the kind of person that, if they want to paint their room brown and all their friends are like, ew, a brown room, like that's such a boring color or something, they'd be like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, I don't care. They when they want something, that's it. There's no wishy-washiness. So when it comes to you, even though they're kind of sometimes thinking like, I don't know if they're feeling the same way, it's not going to stop them from pursuing you or coming forward. So I definitely think you guys are going to probably hear from this person. I rarely say that for sure, because a lot of things can happen in life. A lot of things can happen with the energy, but this person is just so committed to you. And again, their idea towards you is so long-term. So like marriage, family, commitment focused, that a lot of times, if someone's very sexually into someone, it can give them a really strong, fiery chemistry connection. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm not trying to downplay that, but this is much more of a steady energy, like a long-term energy. The thing about sexuality is that can burn out quick, or you can be, sexually attracted to one person and then you see someone else who's also very sexually attractive or whatever, and, those feelings can transfer. But this person is very committed to you, and I don't think anyone else would be able to come in. I think this person really wants to come forward soon. I do think those factors that have separated you guys, which might include some kind of religious issues for some of you, maybe you guys are different religions, or you live in a place where religion is a very important thing, and maybe in your culture, you're not supposed to date outside of religion or whatever. But this person, I think some of those issues might prevent them from coming forward earlier. I think it's more a matter of how they can work out those things. So maybe if it's money, how quickly can they get the money, or move out of their parents' place, or get their own apartment, or get into the right college, or whatever they're dealing with. They have those concrete issues to fix. I do think that that's going to decide the timing. It's not so much this person's feelings, which are already all the way in. It's more along the lines of whatever this person is dealing with have to be fixed, and then they can step forward towards you. So it's kind of out of their hands in that sense, but I think once those things get done, they will come towards you fairly quickly. So let's get some astro dice for pile 1. What is pile 1's person's feelings towards them? So we got Libra, Neptune, and third house. So third house is the house of communication. I do think this person would like to come forward and communicate with you. And I do think, that's something that they would really like. I feel like they have so much respect for you, that I'm picking up on, that I do think that a lot of times when things happen in their life, they think about what your reaction would be, or they think about telling you things. I feel like they they spend a lot of time just thinking about you. They spend a lot of time just imagining your reactions to things. Maybe they see a movie that they really like, and their first thought is gee, what would Sarah think of this? Or, I wonder if she would have liked the villain character, or if she would have hated him, or, that soundtrack, I feel like that's something Sarah would like. You know what I mean? Their mind goes to, or maybe they go to a really cool restaurant with their friends, and they're like, gee, I could come here with Sarah. We could sit in that booth. Oh, wow. I could order for her this, the sundae they showed on they had a photo of it on the menu, and we could share the sundae. That's the kind of thing they think about. They think about you frequently. And so I feel for that reason, they value your opinion. It's not just that they think of you in like a kind of a vague way or a sexual way, but I feel like they respect you. So they would be interested in hearing like, what are your thoughts on the movie? What are your thoughts on the restaurant? And if you were like, yeah, I really didn't like that character, they'd probably switch their opinion and they'd go from being like, oh, he's really cool to like, yeah, he's lame. It's not that they're just trying to suck up, but they see you as being very smart. They see you as being very like logical, intelligent, having like a good perspective on things, and they really respect your viewpoint. So if you were to say, I feel like you guys are also the type where you will let people know your thoughts or feelings. Like, you guys are intelligent, you are smart, you are well spoken. You guys are not the type to just kind of giggle and be like, I liked whatever you liked. Like some girls, would kind of maybe give in or just be very obsessed with pleasing their partner. I feel like you guys have your own unique perspective, and this person really likes that about you. So they would totally go along with, like, if you didn't enjoy something, that would be enough for them to like mark it off, because they are for sure, again, kind of in awe of you a little bit. They just have a ton of respect for you. We have Neptune, which has to do with psychic connection. And as I mentioned earlier, I do think you guys have a psychic connection, but I definitely also think that this person doesn't know what it is and wouldn't understand it. They might also be a Pisces. It's kind of Pisces energy a little bit, but it's also like Earth energy. I would really expect them to have like Pisces and Earth, but I feel like they probably don't know about psychic stuff. So I feel like they might just really like be baffled. Like, why do I keep thinking of this person? Or why do I have music that reminds me of them like constantly play? But they don't really understand what's going on. So even though you guys have this psychic connection, this person kind of experiences it, but just doesn't know what's happening. And then finally, we have Libra. And so that is ruled by Venus, which is all about love. It's the planet of love. And I do think that you guys have this love connection. I mean, this is like a deep love. It's not, like I said, it's not just sexual. It's not, it's also not just like practical of like, this person would make a good partner because they make this amount of money and they're, intelligent, and so they'd have good kids or whatever. They are very much have a lot of feelings for you and feel a soulmate connection to you guys. And again, they're very much imagining a long-term future with you. I feel like this person just gets a kick out of you. They kind of enjoy your personality. They really like you. Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe some of you guys started as friends, or you guys have joked around, or you have a similar sense of humor or something, or similar interests, but this person really, really, really enjoys your energy, like really just likes you. They respect you, they like you, they are very much like, I feel like they would think about memories of you and like laugh. When you have like one of those experiences with your friends where like one of your friends makes a joke or even just does something stupid or says something or makes a certain expression, and just when you have so much affection for your friend, like you'll think about it. And even if you're, in a classroom or just minding your business far away from your friend, you'll just crack up and be like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. And it makes you happy just to think about, that funny thing your friend did. Like, I feel like that person, they think about you in that way. Like, just thinking about you makes them happy, and they kind of get a kick out of you. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys are kind of funny sometimes, or you guys just are one of those people that kind of does like clumsy stuff, or is just kind of cute in that way. Like maybe you guys, trip and fall a lot, or, once in a while you'll kind of ask a question that's kind of like one of those dumb questions, but it's like funny and endearing, and people are like, charmed by it. Like, it's not like an actual problem of like, oh my God, this person is a disaster. It's like people think it's funny and charming, but this person really gets a kick out of you. They enjoy being in your presence, and it's like they reminisce about you a lot. I'm just getting that they think about you a lot. They reminisce about you a lot. I feel like they replay memories of you a lot. And again, their intentions towards you are very much still in action, still intending to have things end up together. So even though they're reminiscing, it's very much an active, like, intention to be with you still. So they haven't moved forward to having their mentality in a place of you guys having broken up, which is funny because I'm getting that you guys really aren't that much in contact. For a lot of you, take what resonates and leave the rest. So if this is someone you're dating, then that's okay, and you can still have the part of the reading resonate that is more of their intentions. But for those of you who aren't in contact, it's just interesting because I feel like their intentions are very much still towards marriage, kids, ending up back together, even despite like all the evidence that maybe you guys haven't talked for a while, but in their mind that is still going to happen. You know, they are still like 100% certain that it's going to work out. They actually have a lot of confidence, and it's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of sexy in a way. They're just very committed that it's gonna work out. They're gonna make it happen. And so, yeah, I don't know if you guys know about, you know, the fact that you might be engaged to this person, but in their mind, you guys are kind of like on that path. So, but I think that's all I have. Spirit, is there anything else you want me to say? I mean, they just want you to know that this person really, really likes you and that their feelings are very genuine. They are not thinking of you just sexually. They really respect you and they feel soulmate vibes towards you. So I really hope that resonated, guys. This is a very sweet reading, so thank you for letting me tune in. And this person has so much energy, so I was a little tired and now I am full of energy, so thank you for that. But please let me know if it resonated, guys, and make sure to like and subscribe. I post every few days, so if you want to see more videos, make sure you're subbed and turn on notifications as well. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. So if you guys picked this delicious looking chocolate donut, this would be your reading. This one looks so good. I definitely go for the chocolate donuts every time. It has a lot of detail on the underside in case you care about that kind of thing. Also, just to note, I mentioned it last time, but I do have some burns on my hand. They're a few days old, so they've kind of gone away now, and I don't think they show up super bad on my camera. But just so you guys know, if you see that, that's what's going on. They are healing. Hopefully they'll be gone by next time. So let's get into your reading. You guys got the 9 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, the Hermit, the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands reversed, and the Ace of Cups reversed. So this person is really feeling very sad about whatever happened between you guys. Obviously, it's a general reading, so it's hard to say what exactly it was, but they definitely are feeling like a sense of loss being away from you. I assume this is some kind of a breakup, or you guys are in no contact, just because there's a lot of like sad emotions coming up. So if you guys are together, I don't know, maybe you guys had a fight or something, but there's a lot of sense of loss. I feel like this person, they really they really imagined that things were going to work out for you, and they're feeling very alone. They're feeling very kind of isolated. I almost feel like they feel very defeated, kind of like it's one of those moments that, you know, when you really want something to work out super bad, and when it doesn't, you're like, you can get very pessimistic, like, oh, I knew it wasn't going to work out. Like, nothing works out for me. Just, my life is horrible. You know what I mean? Like one of those really awful moments that you just feel like the world is against you because you wanted something so bad and it didn't happen. So I feel like this person has gone through a little bit of a personal crisis from being separated from you, and they're definitely like in their feelings. They might be a little bit overwhelmed by their feelings. Like, I feel that it's really taking a toll on them emotionally. So let's get into some other cards. We got communicate clearly, and we got there's something better. So I feel like this person, you know, they might be beating themselves up about their communication style, or the fact that they didn't communicate as well to you as they could have. Maybe they weren't as good at texting or responding, or maybe they never really came clean to you about the depth of their feelings. Maybe this was a crush and they never kind of stepped forward and said, I really like you, or I really have feelings for you. And now they're just like, oh, why didn't I do that? Or why can't I just tell them how I feel? And it's something that has I feel that what's interesting with this is I feel that this situation, whatever you guys have, has affected their self-esteem. I'm feeling a lot of self-doubt, a lot of self-judgment. It's interesting because with pile 1, they also felt a loss, but they were very confident and kind of optimistic. And this is definitely the opposite. This is definitely someone that I feel this has gone into kind of a personal crisis for them. So I feel that they have taken this on as kind of a reflection of themselves. Relationships cannot work out for multiple reasons, right? And so you can look at everything in life, good and bad, in a variety of ways. And you can be like, okay, this part was mine, or this part wasn't my fault, or whatever. But this person is taking it as definitely their fault. And they are definitely taking it as almost a reflection of themselves, or, oh, I should have done it better, I should have figured something out. They are definitely in a little bit of almost a pity party, or Eeyore energy is kind of what I call it. How Eeyore was always moping around in Winnie and the Pooh, and was always down in the dumps. I feel that this person is in a little bit of that energy. They are definitely in their feelings, probably listening to sad songs, maybe listening to Bon Iver all day long and crying in their room type energy, So other cards, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Oh my God, that is so accurate for this person's feelings. I feel there is a lot of guilt coming up, or self-doubt, or recrimination, I guess is the word, self investigation, or beating yourself up, just looking at themselves and taking this situation on as a reflection of themselves. I almost feel they feel like a failure. Maybe they were insecure about other things in their life, and now this situation has really not helped. I feel they would be really beating themselves up, kind of course you would blow it, you ruin everything good, that kind of a thing. They are very much in a negative self space. And so if you're wondering if this person was affected by it, they definitely were. I actually feel this person, I'm getting the image of someone who's just bent over, almost crying, oh, I can't believe it, I blew it, I mean, yeah, I feel this person is in a lot of pain. We got surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. This person, I feel they are in the energy of surrender a little bit. They are, this is what I mean, where it's such a contrast, because I just read group 1 and their energy was super optimistic, their person's energy, and super I'm gonna get the girl, or I'm gonna get them back, This person is the opposite. I feel that they are very defeated. They are feeling very down in the dumps. Not to say that can't change, but they are very in such a negative place that it's almost impossible for them to think right now about lifting themselves back up and sending that text and putting themselves out there, because they feel very almost beaten down. And I'm not saying you guys did that, or you guys were mean or something. I don't think that at all. I think this is more of their mental state that they have caused themselves. They are just being very negative about it. Maybe it's sometimes, I'm just being honest, for me, sometimes I can come off, I think, a little judgmental in these readings, because I am a Capricorn Mars, so in my opinion, if you want someone, go after them, and period, make it happen, and I don't like the just getting down and being I can't do it. It's yes, you can do it, but you have to actually do it. But I feel this person is just not in that place. They are very much in a bad mental spot of just really just overly, like, I feel like they probably rehash situations you guys had, interactions, like, oh, I can't believe I said that, or I can't believe I did this, or oh, I made such a fool of myself, or like something even small, like I can't believe I tripped when I was walking to get water, and she probably saw it. Oh, I'm such a loser, like that kind of thinking is what's happening. So we also got the Two of Wands, which is what we got there. So we got the Nine of Pentacles. We got the Magician. We got the Four of Wands reverse. Oh my God, we're getting like all the same cards. It's always so trippy when that happens. We got the Lovers. Oh my God. Wow. I love that card too. It's so pretty. I love it. And I feel like this card especially, like, I mean, this comes out in romantic readings, but just like the sad kind of atmospheric, dusky, like blue sunset vibe, like twilight, time of day vibes, like that is so much of this person's feelings. It's almost like they're looking at it, the memories, through like, a dusty lens or like an old movie. Like it's very sentimental for them. So we also got the Nine of Swords again. Wow, this person is not playing. They're like, listen to the cards. They're like, we already told you. So this person, yeah, so I mean, we'll go over those. I mean, specifically those cards that got doubled. So the Four of Wands is interesting because that really, one of the major meanings is marriage. So as I mentioned, I do think this person felt long-term potential towards you, but I guess what specifically is coming up is marriage, that they had imagined some kind of marriage situation with you. They really had thought about being with you long-term. And the Nine of Pentacles also kind of speaks about that a little bit, like a long-term potential and long-term successful situation or outcome. So I feel like this person really imagined like a stable family relationship with you, I guess. So yeah, they really wanted to be with you very seriously. This was not someone that was in a hit it or quit it mindset, or a hit it and quit it mindset, or I want to hook up, or like, yeah, they're sexy and I'm down for sex, but I don't really want anything serious. Like, that's not what was happening. They were very much in it and they wanted something long-term. I feel like this has triggered in them a situation where they are looking out and kind of assessing their life. Like, I can't emphasize enough that I'm just getting the energy that this has put this person into a little bit of a crisis, not like a full-on tower moment, but like close a little bit. Like, they are not losing it or falling apart, but I feel that they are very much analyzing themselves. They might be starting to take like self-improvement courses, or researching like how to talk to someone or something like that, or just, I feel like almost it's more than that. It's deeper than that. Like, I feel like they probably are unpacking like all of their history, all of their trauma, all of their like, oh, I didn't turn in this assignment and it was the same kind of mindset, which is true. Like, sometimes, anyone who has a fear of failure or a fear of putting themselves out there, it can not just extend to romantic relationships, it can extend to how you function at work, whether you can procrastinate or turn a project in on time, or how you handle that kind of stress. So I feel like this person in general is starting to unpack some of their habits and some of their ways of dealing with things. And it's like, they're kind of like, I need to change, I need to do this. But they're right now kind of not in the I need to change stage. They're just in the like beating themselves up. But they are very much going through an analysis of like, okay, I need to do that. I need to change this. I'm really bad at that. I need to switch this, which is an important part of growth. That's always a really painful stage, but it's necessary for us to do that work, to analyze the situation. And then once it's analyze, then we can make our next move and plan the next step. But right now, I think this person is very much trying to go over it and trying to figure out where they went wrong, what they could have done different, why did they act that way. And they're very much in that self-investigation, like rumination period where they just I feel like they're almost like going over your memories with a fine-tooth comb, like just analyzing it and just like sifting through, like, remember when she looked at me and said that, or remember when he mentioned this and I said that, and oh, I shouldn't have, like, you know what I mean? It's very analysis. It's very analyzing and kind of like just going over everything over and over and over in their head. So that's kind of where they're at mentally. So what other cards did we repeat? So I think we've gone over most of the ones we repeated. So yeah, this person, they just want you to know that their feelings were really in it. They definitely had long-term feelings for you. And yeah, so we also got woman holding a heart. We got patience reversed. We got the Magician and the Mirror reversed, and we got Healer of the Ages. I think that was upright. But so I think this person is trying to kind of heal, trying to go over and improve themselves, trying to fix this situation a little bit, but I don't think they're in like the active fixing. I think they are in the analysis stage, but it will lead to fixing and healing. We got the Magician twice, and I feel like a bit how this card is intended is that this person is thinking of you a lot, but it's almost like they're trying to manifest you, but they can't, or they're not good at manifestation, or they just keep thinking about you. Maybe they don't know that they're kind of manifesting without realizing it, but the manifestation like isn't working, which doesn't surprise me because this person's mindset is so negative that I would assume that when they think of you, it's in a very self-defeating situation. Like, it's not like, I'm going to get them, they're going to be with me, I can't wait for us to get married, which would be more of the productive manifestation. It might be opposite manifestation, more like, well, they'd never like me, I'm such a loser, or like, of course they saw when I did that, God, it's so embarrassed, they think I'm such a total loser, so that is actually manifesting in the opposite direction. That's manifesting like a breakup, a loss. And so I feel like maybe this person doesn't realize the effects of their thoughts, and whatever they're thinking about, they are just magnifying it, and they are in a very negative place. So it might actually affect your connection and the ability of this connection to come through and take place. They're very impatient, and I feel like they want this to happen now. They want this to take place. They want to, make it happen and have everything work out. But obviously right now, I don't think it's going to take place anytime soon. My hands are so jaked up. Sorry, I'm just seeing it in this light. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but I'm distracting myself. But yeah, so this person is very wanting it to happen like immediately. And I just think that, it's almost like they're taking it personally. That meme of Michael Jordan where he says like, and I took that personally. Like, that's kind of like this person. Their feelings towards you have affected them and made them very much reflect on themselves and take it as a personal indication of their own worth. Like, if they can't make things work with you, I think because they felt so strongly towards you, they feel like if they couldn't make things work with you, that it's like they're a failure at everything. They probably never felt this strong about anyone else. So, not having access to you, it's just like this huge loss. Spirit, is there anything, can you tell me anything else? A lot of them are saying they just replay a lot of the memories, especially of the clothes you guys wore. Hearing something about like a blue dress. Maybe that will only resonate for some of you guys, but I feel like if blue dress resonates, let me know. But I think that they think about the things you guys wore. I think they were very physically attracted to you guys. I think they very much they think you're like really pretty or beautiful, or just there's something about your face, the way you move. I feel like you guys are very graceful. And so they replay a lot of the physical images of you. And it's not to say that they don't have deep feelings, because I do think they do. And we got the Lovers, which is indicative that their feelings are very deep towards you. But I also think that there's a level of physical attraction that really, it's almost like that's super hard for them to get over. Maybe they feel like they're never going to date someone more attractive than you, you know? It's one thing to go through a breakup with someone and you liked them and you might have felt really strongly, but like when that person's super attractive and you're like, I'm never going to date anyone that cute again, that makes it even harder, I feel. So it's kind of like, if you dated someone who was broke and you were in love with them, it'd still be hard to get over that, but you can say like, well, I'll find someone else, and even maybe that'll run through your mind like, well, they won't be broke, and so anyway, I can find someone, and it's like that can be your comfort. But if you break up with someone and they're a billionaire and you're probably never going to date another billionaire, it doesn't even mean you're superficial. It just means like it's going to make it harder to move on, because your options just probably aren't going to have that on the list. You know what I mean? Okay, so other cards we got: Goblins, Balancing Act, Into the Unknown, and Solitude. So again, just an emphasis that this person, I feel like they do spend a lot of time alone, or they just feel very alone being separated from you, but they might spend a lot of time alone playing video games or just being on their computer, or I feel like this is a period of deep reflection for them, and they are kind of going into themselves and very much into their psychology and trying to analyze stuff. But this is like a very solo journey for them, It's not a time in their life when they're like out partying and with a million friends and celebrating. Although even if they were to do that, I feel like they would be that person that you'll see out at the club that's kind of like looking bored and almost dissociating and like sipping their drink and kind of like checking their clock and their phone and like checking the time and being like, when can I leave? Can I get out of here? I have been that person at the club, but it's interesting when you see someone else doing that and you're like, maybe you should just go home and curl into bed, because no offense, but you're obviously not having fun. And it's like there's really nothing you can do when you're in that mindset or you're going through something. You just maybe have to like put down that cranberry vodka and just go home. And I feel like this person, mentally they're just not really capable of having a blast, even though, and this is a timeless reading, so whenever you read it or watch it, it totally applies. But for when I'm filming it, like things are kind of coming out of all the lockdowns and a lot of people are out partying and doing more fun stuff. I feel like even if this person's invited to a lot of parties or doing a lot of fun stuff, they would be very much in their head. And it's like they're kind of dissatisfied with the people around them. I think because they compare a lot of people to you. There was a level of like genuineness from you. Like I feel like you guys seem very genuine, like very honest, and kind of like they feel very safe with you, I guess is how to describe it. They see you as being very safe, very loving, very understanding of them, like almost like you're their safe space. You're their soft place to land a little bit. Like that's how they feel when they're around you. You guys might be non-judgmental in person, or just sweet, kind of soft-spoken, not like super judgmental of people. Like maybe you are very open to different ideas, or maybe you guys are like Pisces or Aquariuses, or just not someone that is like, you have to do things this way. I don't know, but this person really loves that about you. And so it's like they're comparing the other people in their life, and they're just like, God, everyone else is so stupid, or no one else gets it the way they do, so it's very painful for them to have to like even be around others when they're constantly having that comparison to you. So we also got Imagine, Message in a Bottle, Chaos and Conflict, and Treasure Island. So I feel like this person, they're reflecting a lot on their life. I feel like in a way you were like this portal to another dimension that kind of opened up, where they were like, oh wow, like that could be my life. I could be with them and it's almost like they could imagine everything would change for them if they could be with you, and they really liked what they saw. Maybe they are some of them are like partiers, or people that go out a lot, or someone that's just very entrenched in a certain lifestyle. Or maybe it's not that they're partiers, but I feel like they don't like their friend group, or maybe they don't have much of a friend group, or I don't know, but I feel like for a lot of them, they don't like the people around them. Maybe even they don't have a lot of friends, but they don't like their family, or they don't like their coworkers or their schoolmates. But it's kind of like they're analyzing their whole life. And I feel like meeting you might have like sped up that process, because in a way I feel they weren't even aware of how unsatisfied they were. It's kind of like, I always compare this a lot to, it's like you're eating dog food and you don't know how, if you had only ever eaten dog food your whole life, you would never probably have a problem with it. You'd be like, oh, yeah, it's really good. It's my favorite thing to eat because it's your only thing to have to eat. Or, you'd be excited to have that every day. You'd be like, okay, because at least it's food and it would taste good to you when you're starving. So, you would probably feel like you're fine with dog food. But the minute someone served you a filet mignon or a delicious thing of like mac and cheese or whatever, you would never want to eat dog food ever again. And it's not to be mean to these other people, but I just feel like this person didn't really realize how unsatisfied they were until you came in. And then the energy you brought, like you guys feel, to me, at least how they see you, is very evolved, very calm, sweet, understanding. Not like overly sweet, like a pushover, but just kind of like, again, like a soft place to land. Like you guys aren't the type to, make fun of a group of people, or to be really judgmental of someone for no reason, for like some petty, stupid, like, oh, that outfit is so last year or something. Like, that's not you. You guys are very like kind of evolved and nice and see the best in people. And I feel like this person is realized, since being around you, how unsupportive some of the people in their lives are, or how judgmental and just like not that nice. So being around you kind of opened up their eyes and made them realize like, oh, this is a possibility. I can be treated well. I can be treated nicely. And they feel very connected to you. And they're actually saying that they're very grateful to you for opening their eyes to that, period. Because in their life, this has set off kind of a sequence of events. And you guys are probably getting good karma for this, actually, because I feel that this person, this is the necessary change that spirit wanted to bring in for them anyway, to make them make some changes and stuff. And they're kind of like a complacent personality in general. Like, I feel that they're not a huge fan of rocking the boat or switching things up. They kind of like things to just, they don't want to like step on anyone's toes or upset anyone. So they're just the kind of person who will like go along to get along, even if they know it's not really working in their favor. But you coming in, it's like now they just can't stay in this complacency, because their craving they have for you is just so strong that it has made them realize they can't settle for this anymore, I also feel like maybe some of those people in their life might be the reason why you guys aren't together. Like, maybe they have a friend group that is, like I said, wild partiers, or maybe they have a friend group that's like video game nerds, like the other end of the spectrum. I'm not sure which side it'll fall on, but either way, I feel like their friend group is kind of judgmental and closed off to outsiders, and almost the type of people that would have sabotaged your relationship, or would have been like, oh, you're so lame to be, you're so lame, you're whipped, or whatever. Like, they would rag on this person for being in a relationship. And this person knew that, and it was a major reason why you guys didn't work out. Like, they would get in their head of like, oh, I can't ask them out. Like, all my friends would just rag on me. Or maybe they have a family, maybe this is a family group or something, and the family would have been judgmental towards you, or would have been like, you're not allowed to date, or would have, been, sometimes when a family is just so dysfunctional and there's like narcissism or craziness happening in the family system, like they won't let someone get into a new relationship. They'll sabotage it. They will do whatever it takes to destroy that relationship, you know? And so I feel like in a way, maybe this person was nervous about that, nervous about the reaction of their family. And so they ended up kind of like just avoiding asking you out, putting you out there, putting themselves out there towards you. It could be also a situation where their family is so destabilizing. Like maybe their family is constantly, you know, starting arguments with them and putting them in a super bad mindset. And so they really don't know what to say and really can't come to you in like a consistent way where they're always going to be in a good mood, always going to be like, hey, let's go out, you know? Like they can't bring that energy to you because there's these destabilizing people in their life. But I do think they just want you to know that their feelings really are there. We just got chemistry and attraction. So I feel like this person is working through these issues in their life and making the necessary changes. Their feelings for you are very strong, and I do think they have the intention to come towards you. I feel like they think about you a lot. They definitely spend time dreaming about you, thinking about you. Again, I wish this person could get control of their thoughts a little bit, because I think sometimes they can think of you in a very fatalistic or negative way. Like, they're so attractive. I know they'd never date me. You know what I mean? Instead of, if you are trying to manifest someone, it's way better to say, they're so attractive. And I know they're going to be so attracted to me or something, you know, but putting a positive spin on it. Unfortunately, this person probably doesn't know the effect of their thoughts and how much weight it has. So they think about you, but they're very much in a negative mindset, and it kind of is actually sabotaging things. But you are in their mind pretty much 24/7. So yeah, their feelings are very deep. Let's get some astro dice for pile 1. So we got Libra, which I'm not surprised by. We got Uranus, and we got the 5th house. So 5th house is the house of Leo, it also rules kind of like romance, fun, and all of that flirty energy. So I feel like, you know, Leo is all about letting yourself shine and really getting yourself into a place of positivity. And I do think that this person is on the journey to that. I think they're going to look back in like a year's time and be like, wow, I'm so glad I went through that. Like, it was so painful, but damn, I really needed to change my mindset, and I'm so glad I did. You know, and they're going to be so thankful. Their higher self is already thankful, but their human self is going to reach that point. It just might take a little time to get there, but they're on that journey, and you and this relationship has taught them a lot and brought them to that place. So their higher self is very grateful to you for that. Libra is ruled by Venus, and I do think that this person has very strong love emotions towards you. I feel like if you guys aren't going to end up together, you will definitely be like the one that got away, or their first love, or, you know, the love of their life, or whatever. Like, their feelings for you are really, 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 really strong. Know that they are going through a lot of pain. They're in their feelings for sure. Like, there's sleepless nights, probably crying into their pillow or watching sad movies, like watching The Notebook over and over. And yeah, they are very much feeling the loss. So if there's any part of you that doubts that, or is like, they probably don't care, they have a million other things going on. No, not at all. Their feelings are so strong, and it's almost a little too strong. Like I said, it might be actually blocking this manifestation and stuff, because they just can't stop being so overly emotional and so upset about it that they're actually powerfully projecting that in very much kind of a negative way. So if you are in doubt about their feelings, don't be. They feel super strongly towards you. Then we have Uranus, and again, I feel like I mentioned Aquarius already, that you guys might be Aquarius, but I feel like you guys are very accepting of kind of non-traditional, or you guys just are super non-judgmental, kind of open-minded. And that's one of the things Aquarius and Uranus kind of deal with, like the unexpected. So I feel like they're on a journey to kind of accepting themselves more. And if they could get to that place where they're kind of okay with their quirks, okay with themselves, not feeling so self-conscious, it would kind of be like, I'm seeing that scene from She's All That, where like Lainey starts out as the nerd and then she's like turns into like the cool girl or whatever, but at the end of the movie she kind of has learned to just be herself, and actually that she is really cool just the way she is, you know. And I feel like this person is in the process of that. So I hope that when they can level up, they'll be able to come to you and fully be honest about their feelings and not be so negative or feel so down about themselves, because I feel like they do have a lot of potential, and they have a lot to offer, but they just have got to get that confidence up and not just be mourning the loss of it. But, you know, maybe they can try to check in with pile one and get some advice from them about being a little more assertive, a little more optimistic, and, you know, working to fix the situation. Like, hey, don't just cry about, we haven't texted, send the text, you know, reach out. And so this person needs to get into that more of a positive mindset and not just be so down in the dumps about it. So I really hope that helped you guys. I think that's all from Spirit. Spirit, is there anything else? Just that they're really sad. They just want you to know that they are very sad, and they're kind of focused on that, and it's taking up a lot of their time right now. But they think about you a lot. They're just dealing with a lot. And so this is a period of sadness for them, but hopefully they'll be able to come out of it and kind of come to you with that come correct energy that we love to see and that we deserve. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated. I love hearing your stories and info in the comments, so please let me know if it did. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. I post every few days, so if you want to see more videos, make sure you're subbed and you have the notifications on so you get notified as soon as they're up. So I will see you guys in the next video. Sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile threes. So if you guys picked this blue donut, this is going to be your reading. I think it's probably like a blue raspberry. If you guys can think of any other flavors, let me know. It also kind of has cool details on the underside of, like, you know, how a donut would look with a little browning and stuff. So yeah, and just so you guys know, I mentioned this last reading, I did burn my hand pretty badly a few days ago, so I have some burn blisters and stuff. So if you see those, just don't be alarmed. Hopefully they are healing and they will be gone by the next reading, fingers crossed. But just so you guys know, in case you see it and you get freaked out, just not to worry. So I pre-pulled your cards. Let's get right into it. We are starting with the Eight of Swords, Judgment, the King of Wands reversed, the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords reversed, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Emperor, the Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups reversed, and the Devil. So I feel like, first of all, this person, you know, there is a lot of sexual attraction coming through really strongly towards you. I feel like this person really has their eye on you for sure. They probably think about you a lot in a very sexual way. It's almost like I think they see you as like a little bit of a prize, and they are very much fixated on getting you. And I'm kind of hearing, what I want, I will get, I will have. So I feel like this person has that personality where maybe they come off as like a real alpha male, or very like seductive, or they have no problems getting members of the opposite sex, or they're very handsome, or maybe they have a lot of money, because that's also coming through. For some of you, take what resonates and leave the rest, but they've got something going on that I feel like makes them a little bit irresistible to members of the opposite sex. Maybe it's all of the above, and they're one of those people that kind of have it all, but they are very charming, and I feel like they are very fixated on you. Like they are like convinced that they can have you have anyone they want, kind of, and it's like they want you, you know. I don't know, you've become like their focus somehow. Like maybe they like that you're a challenge or something. I don't know. But I'm getting that energy really strongly, that they are like, fixated on you and kind of like, you'll be mine, I guess, is like the energy I'm kind of getting. I do feel like they fantasize about you sexually a lot. I'm feeling that very strongly. And I do feel like there's a little bit sometimes of maybe they are not the most honest person a little bit, or they're very like plotting and planning. Like I feel like they, even if you don't know, they probably have, like they kind of scheme on how to get you, like it's scheming is like the word. Like they are thinking of like, okay, I could do this. It's not like they're the type of person to just come up and be like, listen, my feelings are this, and let me just be honest. I blah, blah, blah. I want this. It's like they're the type to definitely be like, pretend to, just be randomly in your favorite store and be like, oh, I didn't know you came here, or find out where your favorite coffee shop is, and then, show up there every morning and be like, oh, you come here too? I didn't know. But like they did know, they saw it on your Instagram stories or something. You know what I mean? Like they are very smooth. They know exactly what to do, and they're very good at getting what they want. I feel like in general in life, again, this is why I'm getting, for some of them, they might be financially successful or on the road to that, but they're very, they're like a smoothie is what I call it. I don't know if other people use that word, but for me, when I see a guy who's like acting real smooth, I'm like, oh, he's such a smoothie, which I guess people might think I'm talking about the drink, but no, I mean, just as a personality type, like they're smooth and they know what to say. So I feel like they are not afraid to use that. I also feel like in general, they usually don't get in their feelings, and they're not the type to come like super earnest on their knees, like, I need you and I just feel blah, blah, blah. Like they're the type to act like, me? Interested? Oh, whatever. It's cool. But really their feelings are maybe more invested than even they would like to admit. But they, they are very, what they want, they get kind of an energy. Can you guys give me more guidance from spirit? Yeah, I feel like this person is just, they are the type to go after what they want, and they're not afraid to like bend the truth, or they're not afraid to kind of go after it in like a roundabout way. So I don't think they would come to you super honestly about their feelings. I feel like they would be very seductive, and you might even never quite know where you stand with them. Like you might be like, like, I don't know if they like me, or they're just that way with everyone, or maybe they're just flirty in general. Like I feel like this person, they might have even read like seduction techniques or those kinds of things, like pickup artist type stuff, because I feel like they might use that, and they, they're very like practiced in this, I guess, is what I'm getting. So let me pull the rest of your cards that we got. So we got TikTok, come to the edge, to the sea, and here and now. So I feel like here and now, I think, was supposed to be reversed. So I feel like, first of all, there's this element of time, and that this might take time, but I feel like this person is okay with that, because again, like I said, I don't think this is the person that's like super honest and has to like say how they're feeling. I'm very honest, and like for me, it's hard for me to hold in a feeling when I just want to like blurt it out to the world. But I don't think that's this person. Like, I feel like they are okay with taking time, kind of like playing it close to the chest, holding it back a little bit, because they know that they're going to do whatever it takes to get you. It does concern me that, in all honesty, I'm getting a little bit of a dishonest energy from this person. Maybe some of you who were in a relationship, I don't know if this person might have lied or cheated, but I do feel like the energy I'm getting, I'm a little wary of. I'm also getting that I get this creepy little laugh whenever I'm dealing with someone who's a little dishonest. Really hate hearing it, to be honest. It's pretty creepy in my ear, and I'm hearing that. So I do feel like this person, I get that, I hear that whenever it's kind of someone that's just like, I don't know how to describe it, not fully honest and kind of plays games, I guess. Like kind of is the type to, you know, like it's like I know pickup artists have this thing that they will go around and like neg you, or they will tell you something like, you know, you have a really cute nose for someone who has such a big nose, or like, you know, I usually don't like someone with a big bump, but your nose is actually pretty cute. You know, something like that where you're kind of like, thanks, and then you think about it and you're like, is my nose big, or does it have a bump, or wow, and it's supposed to intend to bring down your confidence, but you don't really realize it, and you seem crazy if you're like, how dare you, because they can be like, it was a compliment, you know. And so it's like a practice technique. Like I feel like maybe there's a little bit of that game playing, or maybe this person does that kind of a thing where they are a little bit trying to stay in control. I think this person does like to be in control. In fact, definitely getting, because I keep getting super strong sexual vibes, and I'm not trying to turn this into a sex reading because I'm trying to keep things a little PG for YouTube reasons, but I do think this person would be very sexually dominant, I guess, which is definitely not my thing, as I've said before in other readings, but I feel like that's this person's vibe. So I'm not the person to ask about that, because for me, that would be a no-go. But yeah, if you guys are into that, if you guys are into like being tied up or something, I don't know, whatever, I feel like this person would be definitely the person to go to for that. Again, not my thing, but to each their own, I guess. So yeah, I think they like to be in control, and they like to kind of call the shots. So I feel like that would be a theme in your relationship, would be I feel like maybe that's what they like about you, is you're a little bit of a challenge or something, but I feel like they want to kind of get in your head a little bit, you know? So we also got anxiety, we got envy reversed, yin yang, and door to romance reversed. And let me see if I can fit this. Oh, we got all tied up. Okay, that's funny. So like I said, they might want to tie you up. Wow, exactly. So that's always funny when that happens. But there is an aspect of them that I think thinks and fantasizes about you sexually a lot. And generally, I would think this person would have what people would call a dominant style. I don't consider that necessarily dominant, like tying someone up. I don't know why that's dominant. You would think, if anything, if you have to tie someone up, it's not that dominant in my opinion, but you know what I mean, like I'm alluding to that type of activity. So I don't know, but this person, I just feel like they have like fantasies along those lines in regards to you. I definitely think they kind of think about that, and you know, that card can relate to it too, the 8 of Swords. So it's definitely kind of a theme in this reading. So yeah, they're also, so since we got envy reversed, I do feel like this person in general, maybe they're not the most evolved, or they might have issues with envy in general. They might even be a little weirdly envious of you. Like I feel like that might be why this person likes you so much. Like you might have a lot going on, and maybe they see you as like this prize, or like if they can get you, then it's proof of their prowess. You know what I mean? Like it's proof that they are the sexiest because you are like this challenge or something. Which is, I guess, cool in theory, but to me, I also think it's a little bit of an unevolved way at looking at love. So it kind of could be motivated by a little bit of envy, or a little bit of an unevolved, you know, approach to things. Because most of the time when someone has a lot going on, you know, it's better to approach it from just respecting it and being like, hell yeah, good for you. And not like, well, I'm going to make you mine, you know, like that's a little unevolved. But yeah, so this person, I do think, I don't know, maybe some of you might have struggled with anxiety, or I feel like maybe some of you might sometimes be in your head, or might question or doubt yourselves. And I feel like this person finds that kind of endearing about you. And they kind of like that, I guess, about you, that you kind of doubt yourself a little bit. I don't know. To me, again, I guess because I keep hearing that little laugh, it makes me a little nervous just because I sometimes wonder about someone's intentions, where sometimes if they are excited that you're feeling anxiety, it might be because they don't have the best long-term intentions. Because honestly, in a relationship, you should be with someone that wants to see you like thriving, feeling the best. But Spirit, can you guide me to say the right things in this reading? So I feel like this person, like, what do they want me to say? What are their intentions? I feel like they feel a deep connection to you, but I feel like a lot of this is like a facade they put up. You know what I mean? Like, they try to act like they're so smooth. They try to act like they are Mr. Cool or Mrs. Cool, but deep down, maybe they are anxious, and maybe that's what they see in you. And if you strip away from this facade that they've learned to act, like, it might be one of those situations where, you know, the reason why they started doing PUA stuff, or the reason why they started being into that whole world, is because they felt insecure, and now they cover it up with like, well, I'm really cool, I'm a pickup artist, and I know exactly what to say to women, or whatever it is. So maybe that's like a commonality, and that's why they are drawn to you. I do feel like they're one of those people, you know, that expresses themselves through sex. Like, they probably wouldn't feel comfortable coming to you and telling you their feelings and being like, you know, I care about you so much, and I just think you're amazing, and you make me insecure about, like, they would never be down to say that, but they would, oh, something just dropped. They would be willing to give you like amazing sex, or try to give you amazing sex. And that's kind of their way of trying to reach you, or trying to show all their emotions. Let me pick up these cards. But yeah, so I feel like they would definitely want to give you like amazing sex. And I feel like, again, they would want to be pretty dominant in bed. So cards that fell were take action, be assertive, ask for help from others. So I feel like this is their mentality. Like I said, this is like a dominant type of energy. So I feel like in bed, this is what they would be doing. It would be very like active sex. I don't mean to turn this into an 18 plus reading, but this is just what's coming across. I feel like they are just very sexually attracted to you. It might be, I feel like some of you guys have a very innocent vibe, very sweet, almost unassuming, or like, again, with the anxiety, I don't know how to describe it, but like, you guys are not, like, you guys come off as almost a little bit vulnerable or sweet or young or whatever, and they kind of like that about you, that you're like a little innocent. And I feel like they definitely would want to take the lead. You know, they would want to be the ones in charge in the bedroom, and they have a lot of fantasies along those lines of everything they would do to you, and like driving you crazy or whatever. It would be very like exertive sex, I guess. Not to get too much into that, because I'm trying to keep things PG, but some of these spirits just won't cooperate, and they always turn some of the readings into like sex readings, and I'm like, trying to keep things respectable. So that's what's going on here. This person definitely just wants to talk about sex with you. So they're very into you sexually. We also got metamorphosis, talisman, peaks of joy, and golden palace. So again, this person might have some financial success, or like a really nice house, or I feel like they are bringing a lot to the table. Like, I feel like this person, if they do have some insecurity, they really funneled that into trying to make themselves into kind of like the perfect package, or bringing a lot to the table. So it's like they would want to make themselves very physically attractive. Maybe they work out, or they style their hair, or maybe they have a really nice house, really good job, kind of a thing. Again, the multiple orgasms keeps coming up. They really would want to give that to you. And yeah, Spirit, can you tell me what else this person is wanting to say? I'm actually having a little bit hard time connecting to this spirit, because I have to be honest, I asked my spirit guides for protection, because this energy was a little scary to me. And honestly, as I started the reading, I started hearing really weird creaks around my house that I like never hear. And I was like, oh God, not one of these readings. I mean, will try to remember always to sage after my readings, but some of these energies are a lot. This person, Spirit, can you translate for me what this person wants to say? They say they want you. They want you, and there's something about your lips that they fantasize about. I'm seeing bright red lips. Maybe some of you guys wear red lipstick, or there's something really pleasing about your lips. Like maybe you guys have really full lips, or the shape of them is really like, that typical like Cupid's bow, deep Cupid's bow or something. But they really fantasize about your lips. And I'm hearing them saying that like you've never been with someone like them. Like they could make you feel better than anyone else you've ever been with. They're very like proud of themselves sexually. Can you tell me about your feelings and intentions? And my spirit guides, you can let them step forward just in a safe way. But I feel like I just feel like they can be a little manipulative is what I'm getting, to be honest. Like I feel like their intentions towards you, it's like they're a game player a little bit, and they're kind of like playing games and like having fun, but I don't know how serious their intentions are. I don't know if they're even at that stage in their life when they are willing or ready to settle down. Are you serious about this person? They're saying yes, they are serious about you. And you like them more than you've ever liked someone else. They're saying yes. I think some of them might have had like an early first love, like when they were really young type of a thing. But since then, you are the only one they felt this strongly about. So, okay, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe they're not game playing. I just feel like this person in general is a little immature. Maybe this person comes off as very flirty, very like full of themselves, very sexy, very like, ooh, I'm the guy who has it all, or I'm the girl who has it all. But deep down, there's something vulnerable that like you kind of provoke out of them. And I feel like in a way they present as really tough or really sexy or really like bravado, but actually you bring out this softer side to them. So it's interesting. So they're not as bad as maybe I first thought. I don't know. Like, I'm still asking my guides for protection, but I'm liking what I'm hearing since they stepped forward more. Can you say anything else about your feelings? That they're saying, again, this is what I heard at the beginning. They want you and they will have you. So over the top, so dramatic. And they're saying it's just a matter of time, which is something we've gotten through this reading, a lot of cards relating to time. So I feel like they have an intention of coming towards you. I feel like you guys are a little bit resistant towards them. Like they were the ones that like wanted to move things forward, and maybe you were throwing up roadblocks. Like maybe you were the one that was like, no, I can't meet you, or I have a boyfriend, or sorry, I don't give out my number, or whatever. I don't know, but I feel like they have been trying to move things forward. Maybe that's what they like about you, is that you're a bit of a challenge. And you guys, do you have intentions towards them outside of sex? So I feel like their intentions are very sexual, is what they're saying. They really want sex with you. But I also feel like they have other deep emotions when it comes to you that you bring out. Again, I know that there are people out there that have a hard time verbally expressing themselves or emotionally expressing themselves. And they have an easier time sexually expressing themselves, some people, like, your different chakras can be blocked up, and maybe your throat chakra or your crown, third eye, whatever, heart chakra is blocked, but maybe those lower chakras are fully open and functioning. And so sometimes when someone's emotions are having a hard time coming out, they have a way easier time like in bed showing it. So what are other messages is there anything else you guys want me to say to pile? Okay, they're telling me to show the other cards. Okay, so freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So what this person is telling me is that they you have the same desires as them. What they're telling me is that you guys have so much in common, and they sense so much similarity with you, and that's what draws them to you. Like, I feel like maybe you guys have the same kinds of insecurities or the same anxiety, or maybe you both feel like you kind of don't fit in some ways, but there's something drawing you guys together. And this person is saying to me that you have the same desires as them. Like, maybe you guys present as not being super sexual or being very buttoned up or something, or maybe you guys are out there with it, but they're telling me that, like, for every crazy desire they have of what they want to do to you sexually, you would echo that back fully if you were honest with yourself. And that's what they want to do, is bring out that desire from you. You know, they want to kind of like make you go crazy, drive you insane with it. Can you give us more? So we got justice reversed. That's interesting. Yeah, so I feel like this person, can we get more cards for how you're feeling? Oh, it's too many. Okay, so we got the Chariot. So this person does have a desire to come towards you really strongly. Again, I feel like they already have come towards you. Like, they are like I keep saying it, but like they're like a smoothie, and I feel like they have tried to put on the charm, tried to make their feelings known. I feel like they have not held themselves back. And they're saying that you guys are very tightly wound, or you guys are very, like, you present an image that necessarily isn't honest, and they want to bring out that side of you that's like wild, that's like you untamed. You know what I mean? Can we get more cards for pile 3? So we got the 10 of Wands, and we got the 7 of Cups reversed. Can we get more cards? So we also got the 10 of Cups reversed. So I feel like this person, like, they probably weren't at the stage of their life where they were imagining anything that would be like kind of like a family or something super long term, you know. But then I do feel like they kind of can't get you out of their head. Like, their feelings for you and their thoughts for you are probably stronger than they were expecting to feel. I don't feel like they were on the trajectory or their path where they were thinking like, oh, I'm going to fall in love, and I'm going to, and I don't even know if they would fully say that they're there yet, but I do feel that for them, they're strongly feeling like they can't stop thinking about you. They can't get you out of their head, kind of a thing. You know, like, maybe they, you know, they were just kind of like, I feel like they had a little bit of a player energy, and maybe they were used to kind of dating around, being with other people, but then it's like, even if they're with someone else, they're thinking of you, kind of a thing. There's definitely a lot of thought about you, a lot of like time that they just spend kind of ruminating about you. So I definitely think that they have been a little bit blown away by like, wow, okay, damn, I didn't know I could feel that way, you know? In fact, I think they probably maybe resisted that at first. And that might be why they're coming in with really strong player type energy, is because that's easier for them to express than to express their vulnerability. I feel like deep down they might have been hurt at some point, maybe when they were younger and they had like their first crush on a girl. And that came up when I was talking with them, like doing the one-on-one back and forth communication, is I feel like they at some point had some kind of a crush or some kind of a first love type situation that maybe didn't work out, and maybe that is what has made them adapt this persona of like being so cool. I'm the player, I get all the girls or the guys, and I'm hearing that Calvin Harris song in my head, which is like all the girls. I don't know if you've heard it. It's like way early Calvin Harris, so it's not one of his more famous songs, but he says, I get all the girls, I get all the girls. And then it's just, he just like goes through, he just lists like all the different types of girls, like redheads, brunettes, like different races and stuff. I don't know. So I feel like maybe that's this person's mentality, or that's a part of their vibe that they put out. And I feel like maybe part of that was because they were hurt by someone really early on or something. And then I feel like it's easier for them to come to you that way and to act like, hey, I'm in it for a good time, than to admit, I really like this person and my feelings are kind of deep in it, and like, damn, like I really am into this person, and I'm feeling vulnerable. That's harder for them to go to. I feel like they're kind of nodding and they're like, yeah, that is more honest. So I do think a little bit of it is a persona. I do think maybe deep down they would like some kind of a family or something long term, but they've adapted this way of acting like they're just kind of too cool. So I feel like you guys have known, because I do feel like this person would make it known that they were into you. But again, I feel like they do kind of I would consider this dysfunctional. See, for me, I don't like this kind of behavior. I always like a guy to come correct, and they need to be real polite, because I'm a Venus and Aries, so if you are acting any kind of way with me, I will like fight you. And so this wouldn't work for me, because I'd be like verbally arguing, like, how dare you say that to me, if someone tried to neg me, But I feel like maybe you guys might have almost been in doubt, like, oh, well, maybe they don't really care, or maybe they did neg me, and maybe they don't think I'm that attractive or whatever. And maybe they just want sex and they're not that into it. And I feel like their feelings are really there, but they kind of try to push away their feelings a little bit. It's easier for them to just act like they've got it all figured out and whatever. I'm not affected, than to tell you like, damn, I'm feeling vulnerable. I think you're amazing. And my heart is like pounding, like they would never feel comfortable or safe saying that. So I think that they go for the Mr. Smooth pickup line or Mrs. Smooth pickup line kind of vibe. Let me get more cards. Can we give more guidance? How is pile 3's person feeling? So we got playfulness reversed, and we got express your love reversed. Can we get more cards for pile 3? Honeymoon reversed. Wow, a lot of reversals. Okay. And we got attraction reversed. Why are these all reversed? Okay, finally something upright. Free yourself. Okay, so that's the second time we've gotten free yourself. I do think part of that is that this person is kind of telling you to free yourself. Like maybe you guys are the type that is very bound up in convention, or you don't want to like present a bad image, or you wouldn't want to put out like your sexual desires or fantasies, and this person is wanting to kind of like unleash that side of you, see you going wild with pleasure, or driving you crazy with your desire or something. Like that's what they would tell you, is they want you to unleash that part of you, and so I feel like that's what they're trying to draw out. I don't feel like this person is necessarily super playful, because the energy I'm getting is very, like, I feel like even if they try to joke, like they're not an innately type of funny, playful, jovial type person. They might put on that identity as like some of the PUA stuff they've learned, like they know how to make little jokes, but those jokes are, not necessarily like actually, when someone's just an actually playful, funny person and everything they do is kind of funny and you're just like, oh my God, you're hilarious, just everything you say. That's not their energy. They are definitely more of a serious type person, and even if they make jokes, I feel like it would be more sarcastic or more kind of like a barb, not necessarily just like joking around just to joke around, if that makes sense. And with the express your love reverse, I feel like again this person isn't the most honest with their emotions. There's a lot of convoluted energy. Even me trying to do this reading, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I've asked my guides for help multiple times, and I've also asked them for like a little protection, just because I'm kind of a little, I don't know what to think about it. But I think even this person doesn't quite fully understand their feelings. I think they repress a lot, and I think they push a lot of their deeper feelings away. I do think they feel very drawn to you, and it's like they think of you all the time. They are very attracted to you, but I don't know how capable they are at this point in their life of coming to you correct and really being able to enter into a soul-to-soul, heart-to-heart relationship. I feel like that's something they might work towards, and you might inspire them to start on that work, because I do think you have inspired and like touched a part of their heart that hardly anyone else ever has. But I also worry that just in general, they're too rooted in this kind of dysfunctional behavior to be able to come to you and truly embody that heart chakra, like agape type love. I feel like they have got the eros, sexual, passionate, seductive love down pat, and they could give you amazing sex. And it's not to say that their emotions aren't in it, because I do think they are. I think, again, you've awakened something in them that no one has for a long time. But I also just think genuinely they're in a little bit of a dysfunctional type behavior where they're not being fully honest in general with a lot of things in their life. And so I don't know, like it does make me think that a relationship with them would be a lot of like you having to help them grow and learn and do this and do that. And it might not be a relationship where you are able to fully blossom and grow. Now this person's arguing with me about it, and they're like, no, that's not true. So maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Maybe that's just my judgmentalness, because again, this is not my type of guy. I like really like sweet, gentle, gentlemanly guys and good manners, and I'm very like strict about that. But that's me. Maybe you guys have a different type, and maybe this is kind of more your vibe, because everyone is different. Everyone likes different things. So maybe that's just my interpretation of it. And this person is arguing and saying like, no, I do have deep intentions and I would treat them right and stuff. Is there anything else you want to say to this person? They want you to know that they find you so sexy. They feel very attracted to you. They're saying you don't know how sexy you are. Maybe you guys have kind of a buttoned up persona, but I feel that this person really likes that. And maybe you guys get insecure sometimes of like, maybe I'm not as sexy as this person or whatever, but they're telling me they find that more sexy about you. Like they like the fact that you kind of have your insecurities and stuff, or they like the fact that maybe you're more buttoned up. Again, they have this fantasy of kind of like almost like corrupting you, I guess, like making you suddenly have sex that you have so much pleasure, I guess, and you never thought that level was possible. So I feel like if you guys are a little bit buttoned up or like play things like cautiously, they are fascinated by that. They do like that. Is there anything else you want to say or you want me to convey to pile 3 about your feelings? So I'm getting, again, they just want you to know what they're saying is, I will have you. And they've said that like 3 times in this reading. So it's like they have their eye set on you, and they are very much trying to come to you. They are very much going to get you. I feel like they would feel almost like it was a badge of honor or something. Like they would kind of want like everyone to know, like, I got them, they're mine, I've been with them. Like they very much take you as like some kind of a prize or something. So they have their heart kind of set on you. And I feel like if you guys are not sure of their emotions and stuff, for sure they're telling me that like they are coming and they feel it, and they're going to have you, they're going to get you. I will have you is what I keep hearing. Kind of like a villain from a movie or something, like their voice and stuff. It's a little intense. I might have to sage after this energy because this person is a lot. Is there anything else? I just feel like some of your spirit guides want you to be careful with this person. They do have a manipulative energy. I do think they can be a little dishonest. Now they're mad at me for saying that, but that's just what I have to say. I do want to make sure I steer you guys in the right direction. I would just be careful, like, if this person says something to you, maybe like double check it. Like if they're like, oh, I'm totally single, like check to see if they, what their social media is or whatever. I'm not saying all of you have to be like super worried, but I definitely do feel like just this person has adapted maybe a little bit dysfunctional energy, and it might be difficult to be in a relationship with them. I feel like you guys would be doing a lot of work trying to kind of unspool their heart, because I do feel like their heart chakra is very blocked. I do think that, that root chakra is wide open and a lot of their energy flows through that. But you guys might want something more in a relationship. And this person has their heart set on you. And I do think they intend to come forward to you sooner or later. But they are asking for a little more time. And they're saying it's just a matter of time. But they have the intention to get you sooner or later. So yeah. But I don't know. Sometimes you're looking for different things in a relationship. But I do think this person would be a bit of a handful. They would definitely keep you on your toes in a relationship, which maybe you guys love that. Maybe you love a little bit of a challenge. And so this would be that kind of a vibe. So, their sexual desire for you is like nothing else. Like they are sexually like all into you, fantasize about you all the time, have so much desire for you. And again, your lips specifically. So yeah, they see you as like a sexual, I'm hearing like sexual kryptonite, which I think is what John Mayer said about Jessica Simpson. And that's probably a good metaphor for this type of vibe, like, that whole relationship. So yeah, they are very much into you and sexually fantasize about you a lot. So I just think they have a little stuff to work on, but I also think that their emotions are in it. They just feel easier coming at you in like a sexual way. And they're much more comfortable discussing that with even me and themselves than admitting about the depth of their feelings. But I do think their focus is like fully on you. So even if they're trying to act like they're a player, they're kind of got a one-track mind about you. So yeah, I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated in the comments. I really tried to sort this one out because this person is very complicated. So they are like the definition of that Facebook "it's complicated" status. It's like, damn, they're kind of a complicated person, but sometimes that can make it very interesting when you're dealing with a person with all these layers. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated in the comments. I really love to hear your stories and your thoughts about it. Also make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. I post every few days, so if you want to get notified as soon as I post, make sure you have those notifications on. I am sending you guys so much love and light, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, guys. Have an amazing day. Hey, Paul 4. So if you guys got this yellow donut, this is going to be your reading. I love all the sprinkles, and there are some fry marks on the back, so it's like a lot of extra details on this. It looks really good. And by the way, full disclosure, I actually burned the heck out of my hands a few days ago. And so it is healing right now. And if you see any burn marks or little burn scabs, just know that that's what it is. It's in the healing process, just so no one gets freaked out. I mentioned it last reading. And hopefully by next one, it will be totally healed. We won't have to think about it ever again. But with that being said, let's get into your reading. I pre-pulled some cards. And you guys got the Page of Cups, Ace of Wands reversed. You got the Six of Pentacles reversed, Hierophant, Temperance reversed, Death reversed, Two of Swords, Tower, the Lovers. You got the Five of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and finally the World reversed. So this person is feeling really upset about whatever went on between you guys. I feel like there's an ending indicated here, or no contact situation, or like this person feels like at a bit of a loss. They feel like you guys aren't in their life in the way they would want you to be. So it's a general reading, so I'm not sure how that will apply for each of you, but this person is going through a lot of pain, a feeling of an ending, and a feeling of like not having closure. So maybe you guys never kind of had that discussion about, why you were breaking up, or about like, okay, it's time to end things and I want to see other people, or I don't know, but like I feel like this person never got that moment of understanding why it happened, talking it out, talking it through, kind of a thing. Like they just, it just never happened that way. And they had a lot of really deep feelings for you. So I feel like this is really painful for them. This is something that I think has made them question a lot for themselves in their whole life, and like question a lot of what they have going on. Their emotions for you are very strong. We got the Page of Cups, so like they have a lot of feelings for you, I don't know if they felt comfortable like fully stepping forward and initiating something. I'm feeling that with the Ace of Wands reversed, they really didn't feel comfortable fully coming to you and showing you their enthusiasm and showing you, the level of intention they had towards you. I feel like especially they maybe didn't feel comfortable presenting their sexuality, or they might have not wanted to put that out there all the way to let you know like, hey, I'm really into you. There might be almost even shame or issues with like, I don't want this person to know that I'm so attracted to them, I don't want this person to know that I have a lot of sexual thoughts towards them. So it's like they're blocking that. They don't want you to know that they think about you to the extent that they do in that way. So I feel like this person, just didn't step forward is what I'm getting. Like that's kind of the energy. Like I feel like they didn't communicate to you the level of their emotions. So let's go into some of the other cards. We got Walking Away. Wow. Okay. We got Broken Heart, wow, reversed, and we got Goddess of the Moon. So you guys do have a bit of a psychic connection going on, which you often see with the Lovers card, because a lot of times that indicates soulmates, or that you guys are kind of have a deeper love connection that might be on the astral realm. So I do feel like you guys might have like psychic intuitive kind of conversations. A lot of times that will manifest in like music, or just a late night you just dream about the person and like it seems like such a real vivid dream. But I do feel like there is a level of psychic communication going on. I do think this person is kind of trying to move on, but I just don't know how effective they're going to be in it. Like I feel like in a way this person walked away but they didn't mean to. Kind of like a situation where maybe like they knew they were supposed to text you, they knew they were supposed to say something to you, but they didn't, kind of a thing, like they had that opportunity and they didn't take it, and now it's kind of like they're not deliberately walking away, but now they're being pulled away, or they're walking away, but it's on like one of those moving escalators and they don't really have a choice, those moving escalators at the airport where you just stand still, but you're moving forward. Like I feel like that's kind of them. Like I don't think they were intentionally trying to like, I'm leaving this behind, bye, I'm done. It was more like life happened and that this situationship got left behind in the process. It's kind of the energy I'm getting. Like I feel like maybe they thought there would be more time, and maybe that's with Temperance reversed. Like I feel like they thought they would have more time to work things out with you, and now there's this realization that like, oh damn, like I don't know if there is going to be more time. I don't know that I'm going to have that opportunity that I thought I was going to have. And now that's kind of like the panic has set in, and the mourning process has set in. But like I said, with the Broken Heart card and the Page of Cups and the Lovers, and a lot of it in the World reverse, their emotions are very deeply invested in this situation. They're very much mourning the loss, and the Tower, like multiple Two of Swords, their heart was very much involved. They're very sad. They're definitely mourning the loss of this and spending a lot of time ruminating on what happened. I think it's almost like I feel like their energy is trying to piece together what happened because they don't fully understand it. I definitely think they're very confused in a way. Like they never got the closure. They don't really even understand how it happened or what happened or whatever. And they're kind of like, okay, what was that? Like, how did this not work out the way I thought it was going to, So other cards we got are One Ring Circus, Education, and Ghostlands. So this is a really difficult time for this person that they're going through emotionally. I feel like it has really taken a toll on them. Ultimately, it could be really good for them to go through this because Spirit is saying that they are going to grow a lot from it and learn a lot from it. So, it's not like it's a total loss. All those tower moments have good sides to them, and, we can rebuild afterwards, but it's definitely a painful process. So I think that this person, even though they may feel like it's the end of the world, there will be something good that comes out of it. But at the same time, this is not something they are wanting to go through or kind of willingly participate in. As I said, I feel like they're walking away, but it's like they don't have the choice. It's not like they are like happily walking away like, okay, well, bye, see you later. I'm good, bye, I'm done. It's like they are just being dragged away and they're like, I don't have a choice, so I guess I have to leave, but they're not like happy about it at all. I think there's this attitude I keep getting of like shock and not just like confusion. Like, I don't think they understand how things went left. Like, I feel like they had this idea of how things were going to work out. They had this idea of how things should work out and that, things were going to be a lot better than they were. And when they didn't, it's just this like, like, how is this real? Like, wait a minute, no, it was supposed to go like this. And how did I end up like, there's this very much aspect of them just being very confused and not mentally being able to piece together how things didn't happen the way they envisioned. So other cards we got Chaos and Conflict by the Book reversed. We got Chop Wood. Why? Oh my God, exactly. And Deep Knowing. So why is the perfect card? Like, I feel like this person just really is so confused. They don't know what went on. Like, they are just thinking over it repeatedly and kind of like in their head about it of like, I feel like they probably, if you guys have any text messages, you guys might not, because again, I feel like for some of you, this person just never stepped forward with communication, never fully told you the depth of their feelings. So they might not have even been capable of asking you for your number or, texting you or sliding into the DMs or whatever. But for those of you who would have some kind of communication record or text messages or photos or any kind of relationship, I feel like they would read over all the texts, or they would rehash all the memories, or they would be really combing over, the history you guys had and trying to piece together what happened. And this is something that I feel like they spend a lot of time doing. It's definitely something that's at the forefront of their mind. It's not just something that they, occasionally think about and they're like, well, okay, well, yeah, I guess. Like, it's something that is constantly playing for them. It's constantly on their brain and on their heart. Like, how did this not work out is what I keep hearing in my mind. Oh, is there anything else you want me to tell them? What they want, I feel like sometimes they want you to know that like some of it is your fault. Like, I don't know, that's what they're telling me. So maybe they blame you a little bit. Like, I feel like they had this idea of how things were going to happen. And they feel like you weren't as receptive, or things should have gone different if you were more like participatory or more into it or more like willing to take. Is that what are you guys blaming them? They're saying they are. Why, how else do you feel about them? They're saying we could have been really great together. So I feel like, yeah, they really imagined something long-term with you. They're telling me that you guys have a very deep connection, which I think is where you get deep knowing. Like, I feel like you guys on the astral plane really talk and communicate and have a very deep love relationship. Like, you guys on the astral plane are so connected, and what they're upset about is that never manifested in the world. It never actually got to take place and come to fruition of like the true soulmate bond that you guys have. And so for them, they're very upset. They're very upset about it. I think even when they're like blaming you, it's just that they're kind of like, when someone's really upset or angry or heartbroken, and they'll just almost blame anyone. They'll blame like the dog, they'll blame the baby that was next door that was like crying, or the random grandmother who was walking down the street, and they'll be like, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have said that. I was stressed because I saw her crossing the street and I was worried for her and it stressed me out. And I, like, you know what I mean? Like, they will find anyone to blame. And I just think that this person is so upset at the loss of you that they're just kind of grasping for straws. So I wouldn't take it personally. I think that they just really are upset about it, and they're very much in their feelings. So yeah, this person, since we got by the book reverse, like, they had a real plan for things to work out. What was in your plan? What was going to happen? They're saying the Hierophant card, marriage. Like, they were thinking that things were going to happen long term. They really had long term intentions towards you. They feel very connected to you still. They're telling me they would have done anything for you. They really, really, really cared about you and liked you a lot. So they wanted to be in it like for the long haul. They really wanted things to be like solidly like a union, a solid like legal union, I think. But for them, obviously that didn't happen, and there is just this sadness. I also feel like they have an intention to improve their lives or to make things happen and try to fix things in the real world somehow. So I feel like maybe, I'm not sure how, there might have been an aspect for some of them of like not having enough money or not pulling their weight in a relationship kind of vibe, but I feel like they have an intention of kind of like improving their lives somehow, or being more productive, or taking more initiative or something like that, and they want to fix that so that like they're better off. So let's do the angel answers cards. So we got yes. I think that's usually confirmation that we're kind of on the right path. We got we got unlikely, and we got no. Okay. What the heck is this? Okay. Okay, I've never had this happen before. I think what I'm getting from this is that they were very confused. What does this mean? Yeah, I feel like in their mind, what they're telling me is they've gone back and forth, and they really thought things were going to work out. They really thought things were going to work out for them, is what they're getting. So maybe this was the trajectory of their brain. Like, first it was yes, then it was unlikely, now it's no. Yeah, that's what they're telling me, is they kind of lost hope. Like, they were so sure about you. They thought things were going to work out. They thought things were going to happen. Then it was like, no, I don't know. Things aren't going the way I thought. And now it's like, okay, so it's definitely not going to work out. Do you guys have intentions of trying to come forward again? Or are you just in this no, defeated energy? This person says no, they don't have intentions of coming forward. I feel like they feel very defeated. I feel like they feel very negative. I feel like this person might be just being dramatic almost. Like, I feel like they are they want you to step forward to them. Is that what you would like? They're saying they're not saying that because of that. They're saying it's no. But I feel like, honestly, I feel that a lot of it is they would, if they're being honest, they would love it if you would like approach them. And so they're kind of being like a little bit dramatic. But I feel like there's also just a lot of indecision in their mind. There's a lot of them kind of going back and forth and not being certain of what happened. Again, there's so much confusion on their part about, I don't know how it happened. I don't know what went on. I don't know how this didn't work out. Again, they were so certain about you, and then we can see this trajectory of them kind of being like, okay, I'm starting to doubt, and then being like, wow, it's really not going to work out. So I think that they're just mentally, trying to piece something together, but not having really enough material to piece it together. Kind of like trying to make a skirt or trying to make a piece of clothing and you only have a couple scraps. Like, I feel like you guys never got to that point where you could have that discussion of like, okay, when you said that, I was thinking you meant this. Well, no, I didn't mean that. I thought you were going to say this. Oh, well, like, you guys never got that moment of closure where you could really talk it through and be honest and finally reach. I feel like if you guys had actually had that, you guys would be back together. And so this person is just kind of trying to somehow match it back together. Is there anything else you guys want me to tell? I don't know. They're kind of blaming you in what they're saying to me, but I don't know. I feel like they don't mean that, but I don't know. Only time will tell. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself, and emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Oh my God. This is a message for you, pile 4. If you guys are still listening, listen to this card. Exactly. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. This is what I'm saying. This person, I feel like even when they're blaming you, they're not seeing it clearly because they're very upset. They're very upset. They're very much in their feelings. It's like when a little kid, is really upset because they didn't get a cake or something, or they didn't get the pizza that they wanted, and they say like, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. I'm never speaking to you again. It's that kind of a thing. Like, they're very upset that things didn't work out. So I feel like they blame you because they're so overwhelmed by their emotions. They really thought things were going to work out, and they do think of you as a soulmate. And I do think, as I mentioned, and this card speaks about, is that you guys are together in spirit. You guys do hang out on the astral plane. You guys do have a deep soulmate connection. I'm not saying this is your only soulmate, but it's just someone that you do have like a deeper connection with. And so this person, they're just really mourning the loss of it. I feel like they just are kind of in that, like, almost in disbelief. Like they can't understand what happened. They're nowhere close to getting closure. They are nowhere close to moving on. They are just still at a loss of like, how did this go so wrong? How did this not work out? It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. I think that's what this person is trying to do. Like, I think that they are trying to tell that to themselves a little bit. Like, I feel like you guys, the energy I'm getting from you, and maybe this is just this person's perspective of things, I feel like you guys are calmer than they are. Like, I feel like you guys are more mature. And that's kind of what this person is saying too. And that's why I guess they blame you a little bit. Like, they feel like you're not as hurt as they are, so somehow it's your fault, or so you don't care. Or so, well, you're more mature than me, so you should have figured this out. You should have been the one to make it work, kind of a thing. So it's like, I feel like they're trying to tell themselves that they need to step back and focus on themselves because, yeah, they are in a lot of emotional turmoil. And frankly, it might be better for them to take a step back because I do think their emotions are kind of run amok a little bit. Like, it is overwhelming for them how much they're feeling, and it is clouding their judgment a little bit. They maybe should like pick up a sport or a hobby or something to get their mind off it a little, because while it's very sweet that they feel so strongly about you, it's also something that can lead to, like mean words being said or blaming. I could see this person, the trajectory it's going. I feel like if they can't see themselves clearly, they'll be in this funk for a really long time, and they'll almost never be able to move on or never see clearly, or they'll do something stupid like I'm seeing. Oh my God, we got death again. Yeah, it's a real loss for them. We got the Queen of Cups reversed. We got the Queen of Swords. So this person really does see you as like a queen, and sees you as so like powerful and stuff, but they don't see you as being as emotional as they are. Like, I feel like they think of you as being very rational, very logical, very intelligent, but then it's almost like I'm hearing like cold as ice. You know that song that's like, she's as cold as ice? And again, I know my singing is absolutely incredible, and Simon Cowell would make me win American Idol if he could just hear one note. I know it's so good, but anyway, excuse my singing. I know it probably sounds horrible, but I am hearing she's as cold as ice. And so it's like, I feel like that's what this person acts like they're saying that you don't have your emotions or your heart in it, or kind of like they played me kind of an energy, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they spend a lot of time blaming you because it's easier for them than admitting that, you know, that they probably didn't act as perfectly. Like, you know, it's hard when we're going through pain. It's hard whenever a relationship doesn't work out, especially when there is no like bad guy. Like, it's sometimes, not saying it's easy to be cheated on, because obviously it's a huge violation, but sometimes it's easier when someone really screws us over in a relationship, because we can at least be like, okay, now I'm done. You know what? I'm done. You are a real jerk. And it's like the rose-colored glasses fall off, right? But it's a lot harder to get over a relationship when someone didn't really do anything that bad. And we just, maybe it just didn't work out and we really don't have a reason. Maybe our feelings are still really in it and we still really like the person, but it's just not working out. That is really hard to mentally process. And so I feel like because this person, you know, is kind of grasping for straws, trying to find any reason why you guys didn't work out. And so it goes to blame you, because that's easier than just admitting that, like, you know, what I'm hearing is the line from, I love this poem. And the line from it that I'm thinking of is "Things Fall Apart." That is such an amazing poem. I forget who it's by. But it's like this poem about sometimes everything in the world goes bad. That is such an oversimplification of that poem. But Google "Things Fall Apart" poem, not the book. I haven't read the book. It's by a totally different author. But the poem I'm thinking of is so good. I love that poem. And I feel like right now that's how this person feels, like, or that's what happened. Sometimes things fall apart and sometimes it's senseless. Sometimes things don't make sense. Sometimes, you know, things happen that just, you're like, how? That's so unfair, or that doesn't really make sense. And maybe over time it'll make sense to us, but sometimes we don't understand, and it doesn't fit into like our idea of how things were supposed to happen. And I feel like that's just part of growing up and being mature, is admitting that that's sometimes just how the cookie crumbles, you know? And I feel like this person doesn't want to do that. So they're looking for blame. They're trying to pin it on you. They're trying to kind of push away, like, well, it wasn't me, it was you. Anything else? Any other messages? Okay, so we got the Sun reversed and we got the Lovers again. Okay, damn, this person's feelings for you are really deep. Oh my God, we got Soulmate card, we got Lovers twice. Like, okay, yeah, this person feels very strongly towards you, to say the least. I'd be feeling pretty jazzed if I got like a bunch of these. I mean, the feelings are very strong. Also with the Sun reverse, we can see that this person is feeling a little bit hopeless. You know, I feel like they are feeling very lost. Like, this has really shaken their identity. And they're feeling like depressed. Like, I feel like they are feeling like the world is unfair. You know, I think, again, you guys might have a really deep soul connection. So do you guys, yeah, they're saying you guys talk on the astral plane a lot, and that you guys like spend all night together. Like, you guys are like talking all night kind of a thing. Maybe you guys have very similar interests. Like, maybe you guys are into the same kind of music or the same kind of like TV show, or you bonded over, you know, a certain type of movie genre or franchise or something. I don't know. But I feel like you guys have a lot of similarities. You guys are very similar souls in a way, or you have some similarities or some like compatibility puzzle piece kind of matched together kind of vibe. And so you guys might have known each other in another lifetime, been through multiple lifetimes. And so I think that's why this person's so like disgruntled. they are just like, they were really wanting to be with you for a long time. You don't really care when something doesn't work out, when you didn't really want it, or you were like, yeah, and so it's okay. But when you're in love with something and it doesn't happen, when you like really want something, you know, and it doesn't happen, you're going to take that really hard. So I think that because they feel so drawn to you, feel such a connection, and we got Lovers card over and over, so their feelings are super deep, and that's like soulmate in an indicator of a soulmate. That's why they're starting to feel a little depressed, a little lost, and a little bit hopeless, and kind of question like, why did this happen? How did this happen? Like, is there even any point? I mean, sometimes a loss like this can really shake someone's confidence and make them question everything in their life, or like the path they're on, or like, will anything ever work out for me, or is my life hopeless, kind of a thing. And I feel like that's the energy this person is in. Can we get more cards for pile 4? Can we get more cards for pile 4? You deserve love. Love yourself first. I feel like this person is telling you this. Like, I feel like what they're trying to tell me is that you kind of held yourself back from this connection or something, or like they're blaming you for this not working out, which again, I don't know how much to trust of this person, because they are admittedly very confused. But so that's why I'm like, I don't know. I generally am very wary whenever I have a disgruntled ex situation and they're like, it was them. Like, I don't necessarily believe it. It's like, okay, well, let's see what the cards say. But maybe some of you did somehow sabotage this relationship because maybe you didn't think you deserved love, or you have self-love issues, or maybe you guys somehow have commitment issues, commitment phobia, intimacy issues, that kind of a thing. Totally cool if you do. But I feel like maybe that's what this person is saying, is like, things could have worked out, but there were things you did to protect your heart. Maybe you didn't trust them. Maybe you didn't know the depth of their emotions or something. So you were like, no, I'm not going all in on this. No way. But they are saying that you do deserve love, and that it could have been with them. We got separation reverse, and this person doesn't want to be in separation with you. I do feel like, again, they wanted something really long-term with you. True love. So, and it's reversed. So this person, I feel like, sometimes goes into bitterness of like, they never loved me. They are feeling they're feeling this really hard, but I do think this could have been a soulmate situation. So maybe some of you, if you are resonating, and again, only take what resonates, leave the rest. But for those of you who may think you do have intimacy or commitment issues, you know, that might be something to work on. And maybe you guys can come back together if this person is accurate in what they're saying, and you guys do have a bit of trust issues or trouble opening up, or just, you know, maybe you didn't think like, I'm not worthy of this kind of love, or I'm not ready for a soulmate, or at my age, I'm too young for this, or I'm too old for this, or whatever. Or maybe if you guys do resonate with the idea that maybe there's something you did that prevented this union from coming into place, then maybe if you can work on yourselves, you guys could reunite. I do think that you guys talk on the astral plane. So even though this person is saying that they ran out of time, you might be able to communicate, or they might be able to sense like, oh, they're working on themselves, and maybe you guys can reunite. So I feel like the depth of their emotion, even though this person had the death card multiple times, like, I do feel like it's going to be very hard for them to move on, and they're going to compare everyone else to you. And so even though I feel like they might try to move on, it'll always be one of those situations where they're always comparing all the other people they date to you. And if you guys can work on yourself, they'll be able to sense that through your astral connection. And maybe you will hear from them again, and maybe this thing can have a second chance. Because I do think they want to be reunited. I mean, they are making it very clear that they are not happy about this separation or whatever is going on with this. And so I feel like if things were to if you were able to fix some of this stuff, and I'm not trying to blame it all on you this is a general reading. So again, only take what resonates, leave the rest. For those of you where you are like, I did have commitment issues and maybe I sabotaged this, or maybe I didn't do XYZ, yeah, I do think this is fixable. And for those of you where it's this person's fault and not your fault, then just disregard this, But I do think there's a potential for something working out in the future, because I think this person's intentions are that, they are still very into this connection, that's for sure. Can we get some dice for pile 4 and their feelings? So we got the 7th house, we got the nodes, wow, and we got Cancer. Okay, so as I was saying, all up in their feelings, yep. And Drake, who wrote In My Feelings, is a Cancer moon. So is Taylor Swift. So is Lil Peep. So is basically anyone who writes songs, Post Malone, about exes, about being in their feelings, about being super sad. It's all, Cancer moons. They are really good at that. So yeah, that sums up this person's emotions. They are super emotional when it comes to you. It's almost a little too much. This might be because it's Cancer season. It's maybe they'll feel a little bit better when this ends, but they are for sure in their emotions deep, and Cancer does not surprise me. 7th house relates to Libra, but 7th house is really the house of partnerships and love. So again, this person sees you as their soulmate, as their divine counterpart. Their feelings and emotions are in it. Libra is ruled by Venus. So yeah, this is love, partnership house, and this is the place you occupy in their life. And then we have the nodes, which I love because this is destiny. And excuse all the burns on my hands. I'm trying to not angle my hands so you can't see all the gnarly little blisters. But yeah, so this person sees you as their destiny, as ooh. So again, it might be soulmate. It might be you guys made an agreement to meet up in this lifetime. It might be something like that, but this is a destined connection. So this very well could be, as I kept saying, soulmate, twin flame, destiny. We will meet up in this lifetime. I'll see you next lifetime kind of vibe, because they are bringing up the nodes, which is always my indicator that this is a major karmic or just important life relationship for this person. This is something that was destined and might lead you to your destiny, might be your destiny. So this is a major meaningful relationship for them, and I think for you guys also. Is there anything else lastly that you guys want to say to pile 4? I think they just want you to work a little bit on yourself, and they are saying maybe it's commitment issues or something, family, I don't know, something that is keeping you guys apart, and if you guys can fix that, maybe you guys could reunite. But they are very hurt right now, and they're kind of licking their wounds and kind of, trying to get over things. But they are definitely probably listening to, speaking of a Cancer moon, Drake on repeat or Taylor Swift on repeat. But they're definitely kind of in that vibe of really, being sad. I'm seeing, I'm hearing Shot for Me by Drake, when he says, I can see it in your eyes, you're angry. And it's that song is all about, this breakup and kind of the sadness of that. And that's the vibe. This person I feel is getting into that kind of Drake, screw you, my ex energy. So they have a lot of deep emotions when it comes to you. But again, you guys hang out on the astral plane. I think they want to see you grow, and maybe you guys can reunite because the feelings are really strong. The feelings are there. So this might culminate in a reunification, in a reunion. So I think that's all I have for you guys. I really hope that helped. Please let me know if it did resonate. And if you like my longer or shorter readings, let me know, you guys. But I will see you guys in the next reading. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to get notified when I post. As soon as I post every few days. So make sure you're subbed so you'll find out. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you so much love and light. And please do let me know if it resonated, because I really love hearing all your stories. So I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.